When it comes to building shared goals, divvying up expenses can feel like a tricky dance. It's not just about who pays for what, it's about aligning your financial priorities so both of you feel equally invested in the journey. So, how do we actually do this? Well, stick around because I'm about to walk you through our approach, and at the end, I'll share the one thing you need to consider to make sure this system works for both of you in the long run. When we first started living together, managing our money was a constant source of stress. It was never clear who should cover which expenses, and let's be honest, the last thing you want is any financial tension creeping into your relationship. The trick here is to look at the bigger picture, shared goals. Once we figured that out, the rest followed naturally. Now, here's where we started. We identified our shared financial goals. This was absolutely crucial. Before we even thought about splitting costs, we sat down and talked about where we wanted to be in the next 5-10 years. It's easier to divide expenses when you both know the end goal. Whether it's saving for a home, travel, or simply having an emergency fund, those goals are what guide your financial decisions. And once you have a clear picture of what you're both working toward, it becomes so much easier to navigate the day-to-day expenses. But here's a mistake many people make. They just go straight to splitting things down the middle. That's not always the best approach, especially if you're at different stages in your career or have different income levels. This leads me to our next point: flexibility. For us, we didn't just split expenses down the middle. We based it on a percentage of income. So, if one of us made significantly more than the other, that person would contribute a larger percentage of the shared expenses. This way, both of us were still contributing in a way that felt fair, even though our financial situations weren't identical. The key here is fairness, not necessarily equality. I want to emphasize something really important here. This isn't some quick fix. It took time to get the system right. You'll need to check in regularly. We didn't get everything perfect right away, and you probably won't either. It's okay to make adjustments as your income or goals change, but having a system in place that works for both of you, that's the game changer. Next up, transparency. This was something that completely transformed how we handle our money. We both keep track of expenses through a shared document. It sounds boring, I know, but trust me, it keeps things simple. Both of us can easily see how much is spent and where it's going. Transparency is key to avoiding misunderstandings or resentment down the road, and it also allows us to make changes quickly if we need to shift priorities. Now, there's something I want to add before we wrap up. You're probably thinking about creating a budget or tracking expenses in some fancy app, but here's a small tip. Don't overcomplicate it. The simpler your system, the more likely you'll stick to it. We both used to track things separately with multiple apps, but honestly, that was more stressful than it was worth. So, now we stick to one simple shared document. Everything goes in there. Period. The final piece of the puzzle? Reviewing everything together on a regular basis. Whether it's once a month or quarterly, make sure you sit down and talk about how things are going. Do the expenses align with your goals? Are there any areas you're overspending on? Is the percentage split still fair? This check-in isn't just about numbers. It's about making sure both of you feel comfortable and aligned with the plan. And here's the real kicker. If you got value from this video and want more content like this, that isn't incentivized by affiliate commissions or hidden agendas, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm here to provide honest, practical advice, and your support means a lot.